This podcast is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Just stop. All right, welcome to the Gamers Chat podcast, guys. I'm your host, Manning Andrews, otherwise known as Exos TV, and today I'm gonna have a co-host with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Swag.
My name's Peyton Halbig, also known as Swag Bag TV. I'm 22. I paint for a living, and then I stream for fun on the side. That's about as exciting as it gets for me. Nothing too fancy, but yeah.
Yeah, there's never anything exciting about gamers, man. Not at all. All right, and today's honorable guest, we have Flasky, the owner of Saint. Why don't you go
What's
ahead and
poppin', baby?
Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody a little about yourself, man.
You just said enough for me. I'm Flasky, owner of Saint, and yeah, I mean that's how much it goes in the gaming community. I don't do as much gaming as I used to. I just run the team, but I think you have some other questions for me to learn a little bit more about me. So we'll just roll on into those.
Oh yeah, we got a handful of them for you today. How are things going with you outside of the gaming world? Like, a little bit about how your life, the exciting stuff about gamers, man, the outside life. What's going on?
Yeah, man, everything's actually amazing in my outside life right now. I don't know if I don't know if everybody knows, but so I've been in marketing for 6 or 7 years, like I was just telling you quick before we started recording. And actually a few months ago, I got hired to iHeartMedia, which is massive for me. So I've been working with them. It's been absolutely amazing. I've learned more in the last 4 months than I've learned in maybe 6 years. It's just a really, really good breath of fresh air. I pick and choose all my hours for work. So it works out perfectly with me running Saint because I can easily manage everything together. And I just love what I do, man. I've been doing it ever since I was 16 years old. So it's been great.
What was like your reasoning to like go into marketing? Like, what inspired you for that?
Well, when I was younger, man, I was very entrepreneurial. When I was 14 is when I started my first business. It was a car detailing business. And I actually went to people's houses to detail their cars instead of making them get somebody to go with them, drop their car off, pick them up, bring them back home, and then another hour do the whole same thing because it's a little bit of an inconvenience. So I figured, I threw all my gear onto a back of a bike with a bike rack and literally rode my bike with a pressure washer on it to people's houses and started doing it that way. Did actually really, really well with that. Did that for 2 years. And then I was at an engineering internship because I thought I wanted to do engineering with my life and hated it. And one day it just came to me. I was like, hey, I love social media. I know a lot about it. Nobody in my area does social media marketing. I should give it a try. Quit all of my jobs. My dad was furious because I couldn't pay my car payments. 3 months later, I got my first client. It snowballed, and 4 years later, I was running a very, very successful business and decided to move to South Carolina. I think it was one of your questions. We're kind of just rolling into it, but I think one of your questions was, how did I get started with Saint?
Yeah.
What all happened with that? How did it get to be where it is today? And I'm just going to answer right now. Back on BO4, I joined as a social media marketing manager because I was friends with Andrew and that whole group, Arkin and Pat and Tori and Danny and all of them. Like I was good friends with all of them. I was in Discord with them every single day. As we've already discussed, I had a social media marketing business and I was just watching what Andrew was doing with Saint. And I was like, bro, like you guys could be doing so much better. Like you don't really do anything. Like you've been stagnant for so long. Like, why don't you let me help you? And so in Discord one day, he was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll pick you up to the team. And I joined the team and I noticed really quickly that just nothing was going on with it at all. Like he was all caught up in his personal life. He was AFK. He had no idea what was going on. And there was, like I was saying, there was a sniping lead. His name was Dre. And there was another sniping lead. His name was Juice. And Juice didn't do anything. But Dre, his whole philosophy behind picking up snipers to Saint was he would pick up anybody that had a good clip. Doesn't matter when the clip was hit, because they were multi-caught at the time. So it doesn't matter when the clip was hit. If you had a good clip, he would pick you up. he would pick up like 30 people. So he'd have a roster of 30 snipers. 1 clip per person goes in the team Taj. They put out the team Taj, and then he would drop people and pick up more people that had 1 clip, put out the team Taj. You know what I mean?
Every team Taj had a new roster, right?
No, seriously. Like that's how he would do it. Like maybe
And
there was a few people that could continue to hit clips and get lucky, but none of them were good snipers. So I quickly realized what was going on. I dropped every single person on the roster.
I know you guys talked about, I saw the tweet not too long ago, the 2021 RC and everything.
Yeah.
You guys got some big plans for that. With the RC coming up, is it going to be the same format type of RC as it's been, or y'all going to try to throw a unique twist and challenge onto it?
Honestly, we usually do the RC's end of year, and with everything we're doing this year, like there's so much on the horizon that nobody knows about. We're making a lot of really, really, really big moves behind the scenes that are going to come to light in the next few months, that are all going to play a big part in what we do end of year. So that's not even really something I've really thought about yet. It's in the back of my head. But I mean, the last 2 years, like I said, we've done end of the year RCs because that's a perfect time for COD.
Yeah.
Because we just get the new game. We're a couple months into it. You're seeing who can do what,
who can thrive on the new gen.
Yeah. So that's usually when we like to do the RCs. So that's not something I've really put much thought into yet. I'm focused on what we're doing the next 2 months.
You guys got some future plans coming up that are big and everything, behind the scenes stuff. When can we expect some really dope merch from Saint? I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
I'm working on it. I've been saying I've been working on it for a long time. I've seen a lot of people joking with me on Twitter.
Personally, I'm willing to replace this flag with a Saint one if y'all guys drop flags. Just saying.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. We like I said, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter like make jokes with me saying I've been working on it for at least a year now. But I've never been this close. COVID was what made everything slow down with all of that. So One Up Threads, our sponsor that we were partnered with, I don't know how much you know about One Up, but they are massive when it comes to custom apparel.
Yeah.
They only work with like all the optic guys, man. Like they have really, really, really big name clients. So when it comes to Saint, like we've gotten to a decent size, but when it comes to them, like we're their smallest client they had as a partnership. So when COVID hit, you could only get a certain amount of blanks for hoodies and stuff. So they were prioritizing all of their biggest clients, as they should, because that's where they make their money. So we couldn't get any blanks. So for the last year, they've been telling me, okay, in a couple months we can do it, in a couple months we can do it, in a couple months we can do it. It just never ended up working. So I had to go an alternative route. For the last few months, I've been trying to find a different company. I found one. I'm finalizing designs now, and we should expect something hopefully in the next couple months.
So when it comes to merch, are you more of a long sleeve or like a sweatshirt, or are you like a short sleeve?
Yeah, what's your favorite product of merch?
I think my favorite is everybody's favorite, man, the hoodies.
Oh yeah, the hoodies are the best. All right. This is probably the one that I felt was gonna be risky. Okay, everybody I know, everybody I'm friends with, everybody in the COD community wants to know the drama behind the dice situation.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody kind of got the general idea of what they saw on Twitter.
Yeah.
But if you would like to put some light behind the situation from your perspective of what really went down.
Yeah, so anybody that knows me knows that I'm one of those people that sticks up for my friends, man. I'm not scared of telling somebody how it is on Twitter at all, And with Saint being like a family, like especially like that, I got all my boys' backs. And Dice called me up, told me exactly what happened. And so you guys you've been in the lobby where the other team's being dumb. They run around. It's easy clips, right?
Yeah.
They're setting up a little bit. They're running around. They're being stupid. They're having fun, right? So you saw the clip of Centric where he was running towards A flag, and they were just standing on A flag, sitting there, and he hit like a 6 on head or something like that.
Yeah,
that's the clip they kept circulating. Dice's clip looked nothing like that. So Dice was mid-map. They're running at him, shooting at him. The first 3 people were shooting at him. He killed all 3, and then 2 stood still, and he hit a clad on them. And because of the lobby, he knew that it was sketchy, right? He was like, "This is a sketchy clip. Probably shouldn't use it, but I'm gonna ask anyway." So he went to Rydog. He asked about the clip. He said, "Hey, I was in a sketchy lobby. The kids were fucking around, setting up. I hit this. Do you think I can use it? How does it look to you?" Rydog said yes. He said he could use it. And then a couple hours later, he gets a DM, "Yo, I need to get in a call with you right now with all the other judges from the tourney. We need to have a talk." And they basically just like jumped on him and ganged up on him and said that he was kicked from or DQ'd from the tourney for setting up a clip.
So he was misinformed by one judge that it'd be okay, but then the group of judges jumped on him as a group.
But here's the thing, right? So here's my take on it. He went to them asking
and got permission,
admitting that it was sketchy. Yeah. All they had to do was say no, don't use the clip. Place. It was one lobby. Dice is not a person at all that would go out of his way to set up a clip. I think everybody's familiar with him and the clips he hits.
Personally, I've seen Dice play like Dice's clips. The dude's nuts. He doesn't have to set up to hit something nice.
No, he doesn't. He's one of the best snipers on the game without a doubt, by far. And he's been putting so much work into it. That's what really got me riled up, is that they were manipulating the situation to try to make him look bad. That tweet on Twitter, the way they put it out there to everybody, not showing his clip, showing Centric stream, saying that he was DQ'd for setting up clips. None of that is what actually transpired, and they knew that. And they're only doing it because he was insane and because they didn't like him.
And that's
the exact reason.
So it sounds like they were doing it for like literally doing it just for clout off the tournament.
Well, my whole point is, bro, is like any reasonable person would sit there and think to themselves, like, he brought the clip to them, was asking them. Like, all they had to do was say no. All they had to do was say no. Don't use the clip. How does that? How does that make sense for a DQ?
Literally, whatever. So the whole story behind it was they set him up for failure.
Yeah,
that's what it was. They set him up for failure.
That's why I got so riled up on Twitter. And I was being completely irrational. I was saying what happened. I was like, dude, he brought the clips to you guys, this and that. And for some reason, they started attacking Saint.
Yeah,
like I said, they were making it about Saint. I never once mentioned the teams they were in, who they were as people, nothing like that. And they were making it super personal and for no reason. So that already shows you what these people had going through their heads, their agenda behind all of it. Like,
they were after
it was for a reason,
the team
man.
Name. They were after the team name along with
it was all for a reason, like literally. And you can easily, anybody that's smart, look at what their tweets have been all like today, last night. All they've been doing is shitting on Saint all day long. For what? For what? One clip from one of our players that was in a sketchy lobby and he brought it to them and asked if he could use it?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Like, it's just a joke, man. And to sit there and now come after my entire team saying we set up clips, we 2-box, we this, we that, when we have the smallest sniping roster in the community, we always have. We always prioritize quality. We prioritize, the highest level of everything. I would never stick up for somebody setting up a clip. But that's not what happened, right? And they were manipulating it to do that. And all the edgy kids in the edgy community hopped on board because they didn't like Saint and they wanted to believe it. So it just spiraled out of control. And then you saw what happened after that. They dug up old tweets and made it personal.
Okay, yeah. See, that's where I kind of wanted some clarification. So with the whole argument going back and forth on Twitter, who actually dug back for the old tweet? Was it somebody involved on the judge's side, or was it a random person?
Yeah, it was them.
It was a judge.
It was from what I gathered, it was people that the judges were friends with. It was their circle circulating that stuff. They went back and did it, so that shows a lot.
That's fucked.
And I mean, I'm not at all saying those tweets are okay or condoning them at all. You guys saw Saint's opinion on that from the tweet we made. But at the same time, you got to remember the kid was 14. I personally wouldn't remember any of the tweets I made.
Everybody makes mistakes at 14.
No, but it's not even about that. It's not even about that, right? So the whole thing is I just felt bad for him because I don't remember any of the tweets I made when I was 14 in the COD community.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many things that can come back and haunt you, and that's just what cancel culture is.
I mean, he was probably in middle school at that age. You know what I mean?
He's 19 right now, man. He was 14.
Think about it this way, man. I guarantee you, every major person in the COD community right now, content-wise, streaming-wise, has either said, tweeted, or done some sketchy shit on those lines between the era of Modern Warfare 2 up to Black Ops 2.
And my whole thing is,
as high school kids and middle school kids, like, they did it out of anger at the game, playing with other people that were sweating, and like, it just happens. But I don't, like I said, I don't condone it either. But
yeah, so like, I don't condone it. There's no place for it whatsoever. Society, thankfully, has evolved a lot since then to where it's like today, if you do that, like, you're done. Like, it's a good thing how far society has come, because that was a really big issue. But at the same time, like, it just goes to show what they were trying to do and the agenda they had.
It just shows that they had the intent of doing something wrong to him. Like, it shows. It shows
there was a grand scheme to it all.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just, there's no other way to put it, man. Like, and they like, people all day long have been attacking me and my character because I stuck up for him last night. And they don't know the whole situation. They don't know what happened behind it, and it's funny to me, man. It was like, everything was just to attack Saint. That's all it's been.
From my opinion on the situation, I don't see an issue at all with, like, you sticking up for him as a player in the situation that was going on. Like, that is nothing related to the tweet they dug up on him. And I respect you as a person, as a team lead, for defending one of your friends or friend/player for what he was going through against people trying to set him up like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also understand where you come from, where you had to do what you had to do once that tweet came up in the light.
And here's the whole thing too, right? So I was in Discord with Dice the whole time that everything was happening. And Ranger was DMing him saying that Ranger was on his side. There's nothing wrong with the clip. He shouldn't have been DQ'd. But he's then tweeting clips making fun of him at the same time. So it just goes to show, man, like, how people are.
There's two sides to 90% of the people in the community, man. It's hard to find the actual loyal friends in the community these days that'll actually have your back but not betray you when they're with someone else.